unless it's a more radical agenda than what I think it is.
Well, Chris, let's talk about, because isn't Matthew's sudden love affair with the Maori Party a bit suspicious? In an email from the Hollow Men from the last election, you, Hooten, advised Brash to appear sympathetic to Maori so it would eliminate perceptions that Don was hard right, surprise urban liberals and make them consider National and pick up conservative Maori votes.
That's good advice.
Has National played the same game with the Maori Party in this election?
Oh, I think undoubtedly, but I think National, and they are not alone in this, fundamentally misunderstand the basic tenets of Maori nationalism. And I think they will get a tremendous fright if they are in a position to sit down with Tariana Turia and her advisors post-election. If the numbers don't stack up for Labour and its allies, and National needs the Maori Party, I think they will be on a very, very rapid learning curve.
Then what you're saying then really is that if the Maori Party's agenda is as radical and as certain and as fixed as you fear it might be, then it really suggests the Maori Party can't work with anyone, or to put it another way, neither Labour nor National could afford to work with them politically. So perhaps we're having another election in February.
Well, quite possibly, or... what I heard, I think it was John Tamahiri saying earlier today, or perhaps it was simply a recording of him from an earlier time, but he was saying, the Maori are going to consolidate themselves politically and then they will be in a position to dictate governments, forever and a day. Well, the alternative to that is that Labour and National simply come together over the top of the Maori Party, and if the Maori Party are too assertive, and if the governance of the country is put at risk by the demands of the Maori Party, particularly in the face of a grand coalition, a huge crisis, that is not to be ruled out.
I think it's almost impossible. We've almost run out of time. I just want some really quick answers from you on this. First, Chris, has Winston cooked his goose?
I would never count Winston out. My own feeling is...
Surely if there was ever a time to count him out now.
Yeah. My feeling is that it'll be close but no cigar, but once again, he's proved me wrong many times before.
Matt, why did you call Winston a effing on eye to eye? Do you hate him that much?
Yeah, I have very strong views. I think he's an incredibly destructive individual in New Zealand politics and has been since I really first met him in about 1989. The incident has been vastly exaggerated.
I know. Do you think he'll make it then?
No, I don't think he will. I think his support base has always been elderly. I think there's been some natural attrition there, and I think he'll come close. I notice Helen Clark is now saying she doesn't think she wants his votes.
I've got one more really quick question for each of you. If National loses, what's going to happen to that party?
I think that John Key would remain as leader, but I think people would probably want to look at the deputy leader.
And if Labour lose, what's going to happen to that party?
Helen will wait for a decent interval, I would say, until a successor can be arranged.
And Cullen?
I think he'll probably retire.
Be gone. All right, Matthew Hooten, Chris Trotter, thank you very much for joining me on Let's Be Frank. It's been an absolute pleasure. Friday at 8 p.m. we will be having the last interview with Helen Clark anywhere in New Zealand media. That is at 8 p.m. on Alt TV, an exclusive Let's Be Frank, Helen Clark, right before you go to the polls and vote. And then I think we're going to have John Key straight after the election. So no matter what happens, that'll be one worth watching. So this Friday at 8 p.m. and then, of course, next Tuesday for the normal Let's Be Frank. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to my guests once again. Go out there and vote, ladies and gentlemen.